What's up guys, welcome back. Thanksgiving will be here before you know it, and my job today is to sneak in some vegetables on you. So I'll be showing you how to make this delicious broccoli and cheese casserole. This recipe comes together super easy with a lot of common ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen. But before we get into the recipe, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right guys, meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. First things first, let's take a look at these ingredients. Here we have some cooked rice. I love basmati rice, that's what we're using today, but feel free to use whatever rice you have readily available at home. We got a little sour cream, some Dijon mustard, a little roasted garlic better than bouillon. Got a couple different cheeses today. We have some Colby Jack, Monterey Jack. We also have some grated parmesan, 1 diced onion, about 4 cups of broccoli, some half and half or heavy cream, butter, chicken broth, and we're gonna add a little texture to the party with these crumbled crackers that's gonna go on top of the casserole along with that cheese. All right, so we're gonna get the party started by pre-cooking the broccoli. This technique is called blanching. So we're basically just gonna bring the broccoli to a boil for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then we're gonna remove it, place it in an ice bath. That's gonna help the broccoli get nice and tender. It's also gonna maintain a vibrant green color. Now you can also do this with already store-bought pre-cooked broccoli if you want to, but as you guys know, fresh is best. See that nice bright green color that you see right there? We'll be able to maintain that by using the ice bath to shock the broccoli and stop the cooking process. So once the broccoli goes in the ice bath for about 30 seconds or so, we can go ahead and place that on a paper towel lined bowl. Let that drain a little bit and dry off, and it'll be ready for our casserole.
And this episode is sponsored by Vite Ramen. Vite Ramen is a healthy, high-protein craft ramen company made right here in the United States. And if you're anything like me, you're trying your best not to pack on any extra pounds during the holiday season, but you're not quite willing to give up your ramen. And that's where Vite Ramen comes in and saves the day. You can get an absolutely delicious, protein and nutrient-dense bowl of ramen on the table in just a couple minutes. With up to 31 grams of complete protein in each meal, which by the way is more than a 4-ounce ribeye steak, you're sure to maintain your fitness goals while enjoying your ramen. As you can probably tell, I'm a huge fan of this company and I think you'll love them too, so go ahead and click the link below to get a bundle that gives you a free gift and free shipping in the United States, and don't forget to use my code MAKEITHAPPEN at checkout for an additional 10% off. That's viteramen.com/makeithappen, or just click the link below and use the code MAKEITHAPPEN.
All right guys, so next up, in a skillet over medium heat, we're gonna melt 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter. To that, we're gonna add 1 diced onion. We're just gonna soften that up 2 to 3 minutes, let it start to get nice and tender for us. And we'll begin making our roux. Now, if you wanna cheat, you can add some condensed. Now, if you wanna cheat, you can add some cream of mushroom soup or cream of broccoli soup. If you've seen any of my other casserole recipes, you know I'm not a huge fan of that, so we're gonna make our own. So we're gonna get started by cooking down these onions. We're gonna make a roux, turn that into a sauce, and it's gonna be a hell of a lot better than cream of whatever canned stuff you got in the pantry. All right, so once the onions get a head start, the next 2 guests to arrive to the party is a little Dijon mustard and some garlic base. If you don't have garlic base, you can just use whatever you got. You got chicken, veggie, any of that'll work just fine. But we wanna amplify the flavor a little bit. It's the holidays, right? So we wanna make sure we have all the flavor we can get in here for this casserole. A teaspoon of that and a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. The Dijon mustard is optional, but it adds a nice bite to the flavor profile, so I like to add it in there. We're gonna mix that to combine, and then we're going in with about 3 tablespoons of flour to effectively make our roux. One thing to keep in mind, guys, is that the Better Than Bouillon products do pack a lot of sodium in there, so go a little bit lighter on the salt if you are using that. They do make low sodium versions of the Better Than Bouillon bases, so you can find that at your local grocery store as well. Now it's time to add our flour. Working over medium heat still. We're gonna mix that until a paste forms, and then we're going in with our cream. All right, so at this point we're going with 2 cups of half and half or heavy cream, whatever you feel like or whatever you got in the house. Whole milk will get the job done if that's all you got. Give that a mix and scrape the bottom of your pan. We want to bring that up to a light boil. All right, my friends, as you can see, we've reached a very gentle boil. You can see things are starting to thicken up beautifully. That's exactly what you want to see. Now at this point, I'm going in with a tablespoon or two of sour cream. Again, optional, but I like the creaminess that it provides. There we go. We're just gonna mix that in. And now it's time to start adding some cheese. I'm going in with some Parmesan cheese first. About a cup of grated parm. And then we'll add our Monterey Jack. As always, guys, all the specific measurements and ingredients will be provided for you in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. Also, if you have your own favorite cheese, you don't like Monterey Jack or Parmesan, you got something in the fridge, feel free to make a substitution if you need to. All right, so at this point, we're gonna begin seasoning our sauce. We got some smoked paprika, a little celery salt. Always season to taste, guys, but I'd say about a half a teaspoon or so of each of these. And then of course, we're going in with the all-purpose seasoning. If you don't have this, guys, use whatever your favorite all-purpose seasoning is, or you can use a little onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper, something like that. My AP is low sodium, so you can keep that in mind. Make sure when you're grabbing for an all-purpose seasoning out of the pantry that you're not getting something that's got a lot of salt in there with that better than bouillon. You don't want your casserole to be too salty. So once you have that seasoning mixed in, we're going in with the Monterey Jack cheese. Working over low heat here. You don't want the heat to be too high when you're adding cheese because the fat will separate from the cheese and you'll have an oily casserole at the end of the day, and that's not what we want to serve on Thanksgiving. Your aunts and uncles will be judging you, and we don't want that. So about a cup of Monterey Jack. You have a nice thick cheese sauce on your hands. Once that melts and combines into the sauce, then we're gonna give it a nice taste test, make sure the flavors are spot on, and we're going in with our broccoli and rice. Once we got the cheese sauce right where we want it, we're going in with our cooked rice. Again, I got basmati here, but use whatever you got, whatever you have laying around the house. No need to run out to the store just because you don't got basmati rice. Use some long grain or whatever you got laying around. If at any point you realize that your sauce is getting too thick, you can thin it out with about a half a cup to 1 full cup of chicken broth, preferably low sodium. And then we're going in with our broccoli. As you can see, the broccoli has maintained its nice vibrant green color. It's gonna pop on that dinner table, sneaking in some veggies. Can't be mad at that. So just gonna work that together. You can add the rest of that Monterey Jack cheese, and this will be ready for a casserole dish. Or if you don't want to do dishes and you got a oven safe skillet, you can just pop this right on in the oven and save yourself a little bit of dish duty. All right, so the oven is preheated at 350 degrees. We got a beautiful broccoli and cheese, little rice situation going here. Nice and cheesy, as you can see. We're gonna add a couple tablespoons of chopped parsley. Mix that in, and then this is going in the casserole dish and into that 350 degree oven right about now. All right, guys, we got the casserole dish loaded up. We got the oven preheated. We're gonna top this with a little Colby Jack cheese, because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. Just a nice thin layer of that. And then optionally, we're gonna add some of these garlic butter cracker crumbs right on top for some texture. So just a couple handfuls of the cracker crumbs. Use one hand to kind of prevent yourself from making too much of a mess. We'll try to at least. Add some flavor, some texture, nice little crunch. And that's gonna go in the oven at 350 degrees, uncovered. And that, my friends, is what we're looking like after about 30 minutes in the oven at 350. Nice and golden brown and beautiful on top. We're gonna hit that with a little fresh chopped parsley for a pop of color. The hardest part about this recipe is letting it cool for 15 minutes before we dig into it for a taste test. You can use chives, green onion, or parsley for your garnish. Today we're going with some parsley. Oh man, this is gonna be good. All right, my friends, after the longest 15 minutes of your life, it's time to finally get in there for a taste test. But first, brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. All right, moment of truth. On you. I'll be showing you how to make this delicious cheesy broccoli and cheese casserole. Cheesy broccoli and cheese casserole. That's like, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. What did I say the first time? What's up, guys? Welcome back. God damn it. Almost.